Live.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Shit Show podcast. I'm Carl. This is Jay from No Pause Network, and I'm Martin Speaks. My first name's Carl, and we're here, and we're just going to talk about anything. And yeah, so So what do you want to start with?
Um, dude, I think we have some different takes on this. Everyone else is talking about it right now anyway, but like, dude, what's up with Ye? I mean, this is seriously some crazy stuff, dude. This took a big, huge, drastic, sharp left turn out of nowhere.
Yes, indeed. I believe that Kanye West is he's going through something mentally that he doesn't have any control over. Now, I believe that he was diagnosed with bipolar or whatever a little while back, but when I seen the text messages that he published a few weeks ago about his trainer or whatever saying he would be medically lobotomized if he didn't do what he was told, basically,
Yeah.
it made me like question everything that he's saying and then question everybody else around him. So I don't know what's going on. I know that he's having an episode medically, and you can tell. But like outside that, I don't know if he actually hates Jewish people. I don't know if he blames the Jews for it. I don't know because the Alex Jones show shows us that he wasn't being too serious. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought the Timcast thing was interesting, and I was excited to talk to somebody about that. And then the Alex Jones thing happened, and it's like, Tim who? Like,
Right.
what happened on Alex Jones was just completely insane. And then you add in the from what I understand, it was a gimp mask he was wearing that was Balenciaga. Is it
Yeah.
or Go? Balenciaga?
I think it's Balenciaga. Yeah, Balenciaga.
Either way, so that's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like, dude, really, like with what's going on with them, you're still sporting their product?
Man, I have no idea. Like, okay, so Balenciaga is a very open fans of kids at the playground, we'll say, because we can't really say the word that we would want to, and they openly have shown stuff in their commercials and everything going on that they're not a good company. And Kanye West wearing that mask that I think what's her name, Kim Kardashian wore
Yeah.
at a Met Gala. I think when she wore that whole all black outfit, I think that was the mask that came with it, and he was wearing it because I looked up the pictures and they look exactly alike. And that outfit was Balenciaga she was wearing. So what I think is going on is that, like, I don't even know how to start. Like, it's so much. So he went on Alex Jones and he started dropping little bombs about like Hitler. And what I don't understand is why he thought that would be a good idea. First, he says he wants to run for president. He's the last person in the world I would ever want to be the president of this country. Plus, the last thing you want to talk about before you even put your hat into the ring or your card into whatever that saying is start praising Hitler. So even Alex Jones, if you watch my video or if you watch anybody else's video, you'll see that he was not a fan of what was going on, and he had no control because he needed the views because Alex needs the money. So I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Like with Alex Jones, I don't know what's going on with Kanye with Tim Pool. I don't know if it's all an act and he's just doing this.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, at this point because it's so not real. It feels
Right.
like it's not real. So.
Well, I wanted to say something specifically about the way the things went down on Timcast IRL. But before that, I wanted to ask, on Alex Jones, was that Fuentes cat that was with him on
Yeah.
the other side of Jones?
Yeah, that kid's a douchebag.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that guy other than until just now, like when he was on Timcast IRL. But real quick about that, and this might, I don't know, dude. Ego is a word that I think is a proper word to use when talking about Timcast and how he works and operates. For better or worse, I think it's a good word to use, and I think he would admit it to a point at least.
Yeah.
But
I
that
think so.
being
I agree.
said, yeah. That being said, he really needed to realize how much bigger Kanye is than him. Is than him. Because I know, I can imagine, I don't know, but I can imagine Tim's attitude is, this is the show, this is how we do things, this is our format. This is not a one-on-one, like he said before, we
Right.
do it a certain way. But dude, that doesn't matter when you have someone like Ye on there. You have to assess the situation and make proper
Right,
adjustments, and
right.
that was not done.
You got to read the room. Like it's so like what I don't understand about Tim when he had Kanye West on. I watched on Thanksgiving. Tim had his boohoo stream. His why does everybody pick on me stream. I did this for when he was responding to Adam. Okay, so in that stream he got a text message and he's like his phone's blowing up and he's looking at his phone and he starts giggling and saying I just got the best text message ever. Okay, and it was a confirmation that Kanye was coming on the show. He was getting a text from Milo. And then he comes on the show, and I don't know what they talked about before. I mean, Tim's been milking the shit out of this. He's posted every clip of Kanye he has. He's posted on YouTube, even one like the pre-show where he was just sitting there talking to him, eating cookies. Like
Yeah,
it's disgusting. So, I don't know what's going on with Tim when it comes to Kanye. I think that Tim's just gonna milk it as much as possible, and I think Kanye went on Tim to maybe make Tim look like an idiot. And when he did that, I think, like you said, at that point when he got up and walked out, I think Kanye was like, okay, this is starting to get boring. Who is this fucking kid, anyways? And got up and walked out. Because, I mean, everybody on YouTube knows who Tim Pool is because he's one of the bigger creators on our platform. Technically, we're co-workers.
yeah,
So, that's weird to say. But outside that, Tim's his own animal and he's his own downfall. So, much like Alex Jones, Alex learned, but he learned too late. Tim is just full of greed and he's full of like piss and vinegar right now. And he thinks he's going to become the next Ben Shapiro. And just
right.
because he's friends with him or something. And that's cool. You know what I mean? But Ben
Yeah,
Shapiro's,
that's fine.
he's replied to me personally on Twitter. Ben Shapiro. Does that mean we're friends? You know what I mean? Like, so it's just, I think, much like myself, but I admit it, there's a lot of people that are grifting off of Kanye West's mental issues. I just don't give a shit. So I'm going to
Right,
use everybody's content to make fun of them. That's my
right,
thing.
right.
That's what I do on my channel. Like, so, and it's fun, you know what I mean? But in real life, a lot of people should be trying to help Kanye,
Yeah,
he needs to stop calling himself different names and worrying about what he's wearing. He needs to get his head right, man, because once that's gone, I don't care what you're dressed like. If you're babbling and saying a bunch of weird shit, no one's gonna listen to you or care about what you're wearing. So,
yeah,
like, he's lost everything, dude. Every
yeah.
company, like, I don't understand it.
Literally a lot, like lost a lot. It's crazy, but
And he claims God basically is the one telling him to do it. Like, I
interesting.
yes, he said that. Oh, God's taking things away from me. Blah blah blah. Yeah, God does that to some people. You know what I mean? Like Job. Job in the Bible is a good example. He lost everything, lost his house, lost his kids, lost everything. And then it was given everything back in sevenfold. But he thinks he's like on the same level as like the biblical figure Job, and it's like it blows my mind because I don't think it's God that's telling him to do these things.
Right, right.
So you know what I mean? I don't think God would be like, "Hey Kanye, hate the Jewish people. My chosen people, hate them with everything you have." Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense to me.
Well,
So
and I want to touch on something you said that is also very interesting as far as like, how he got the text from Milo. Milo was the middleman between them and all that. I I don't know, man. I'm also trying to think what's going on as far as it seemed like the Milo on Timcast IRL before that went really, really well.
mhm.
And then
Yeah.
this went so poorly. Is it, what do you think? Do you think it's a situation where Milo is caught in the middle there between Tim and Kanye, or do you think Milo like planned this and went in, and if he did plan it, why would he do that if his last appearance seemingly went so well?
So this is what I get from it. Tim doesn't let people talk. Tim cuts people off consistently, and a lot of people, like he's even said in his own videos to respond, like the respond video to Adam, he says, or to respond video to Kanye. People just said, Tim, let him talk. Stop, just let Kanye talk. Blah blah blah. Okay, now I understand if it's a conversational type show like it is here, where we talk back and forth. Okay, you let people talk, whatever. Okay, but Tim claims to be like a news channel. He claims to care about the news, and he wanted to sit there and read the news to Kanye and then discuss the news. He's not the person to talk to you about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So, all that being said, leading up to Milo came on the show, and because he wasn't on the show for like 5 years, Milo has been out of the spotlight for like 5 years. He went from being this crazy like Trump supporting gay dude, flamboyant, to coming back, and he was Jewish, and now he's a Catholic, non-gay, and he hates Trump now. Like, so like he said on Twitter, I don't know how long ago, that he was going to bring the Republican Party to its knees. That he lost everything for the Republican Party. He lost everything for Daddy Trump to get Trump into office and blah 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 blah. So you know what I mean? He like in this last election when he lost to Joe Biden. So like Milo has a personal vendetta against a lot of people for some reason, and I understand. You know what I mean? I do. I get it. If you lost everything, you're going to be mad. You're going to want to be like the Punisher or Spawn or something and come back and take vengeance. But it doesn't work like that. And I think that Milo, Nick Fuentes, he's an absolute racist, by the way. I don't care what anybody says. He's absolutely just a garbage person. The stuff he said, it just doesn't make any sense to me, and I just don't understand it. And I'm like, why would you say that and then try to defend it? Like, I don't even want to say what he said. Just look it up, okay? But I think Milo, Nick, and Kanye are all dumb enough, and yeah, I'm saying that, to believe that they're using each other. So Milo's using Kanye for rep. Kanye's using the drama for attention. And Nick is in the background picking up the crumbs. That's what's going on. There's three people in a group. There's one popular person, the other guy that's kind of popular because of the first person, and the guy in the back that's just there to do all the shit work, and that's Nick. And it's like, that's that group, and it's eventually going to fall apart. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, and it's already starting to fall apart. I mean, Tim was getting messages from Milo saying, I didn't plan that, I'm so sorry, and he seemed really upset. But they were all in the back of a car laughing as they were driving to the airport to catch a private plane. Like, so I don't know, man. I just think that a lot of people are focusing on the wrong aspects when it comes to Kanye and all that. I think they need to worry about his mental health, because at any point, dude, right now he's wearing a mask and he's saying I love Hitler on Alex Jones. But what's going to stop him from walking into a synagogue tomorrow with a gun?
Right.
Because the shit you know what I'm saying? Because the shit he's saying is basically that's what it leads to. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Hitler did it. You know what I mean? Like, all these people, crazy people, do that kind of shit. Like, and that goes to any kind of religion or people that are being attacked. You know, it just happens to be the Jewish people right now. So, like, man, I don't know. I think he needs to be checked into somewhere. We have a place up here called Belmont Pines. He needs to go somewhere that's like padded room and fucking, here, dude, just calm down. You know what I mean? Give him like a rubber mic and pretend he's at a concert or something. Like,
right.
He is nuts, dude. I think he's gonna hurt himself. Like, I think he's seriously gonna hurt himself. Like,
yeah, but at this point in time, he's not done anything or said anything that makes him unredeemable. Right. I don't think. Well, and by unredeemable, I mean, like, dude, people can. Well, keeping in mind the circumstances around him. I mean, everything he's gone, because you got to think all the stuff he's been going through on top of any legit or forced medications or medical issues in the past. Even if he was completely sane and happy and all that, he's gone through a divorce. He has children. That's hard.
It is.
He supported Trump, which made a lot of his friends, longtime friends in and out of the industry, ditch him. He's just, other than that kind of stuff, he's in a really bad place. And so that's why, I mean, if you take all of it into account, I feel like he's not said or done. Well, he's definitely not done anything, but he's not said anything that has made him unredeemable yet. But he is very, very close to saying and doing something that, like, we're going to be like, no, dude, like, he's not killed anybody. He's not beat the shit out of anyone. He's not been violent. He's just saying some really fucked up shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would disagree that he hasn't said anything that would be unredeemable, because this, like, I'll give you a quick rundown.
He denied the Holocaust. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay. He denied the Holocaust. He said that he loved Hitler. And he also said that, he went like this. He went, there's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. That's exactly how he said it. And then he started saying that, he invented the microphone. Not true.
In the highways? What?
In the highways? Not true. Whoa. Like, so I honestly don't know if he even knows about Hitler. Like, I don't even think he actually knows the history of World War II or the National Socialist
Party. That's what I mean by, like, keep those things into account. Like, he doesn't know what he's saying, dude. He's in a bad place.
But if he does, But if he
Well,
does,
but
that
I mean, he knows what he's saying because he's saying it, but like the intent behind it,
yeah,
like he's not. I don't believe that he would really commit mass genocide or really thinks that's acceptable toward anyone. I
yeah.
don't think that he really feels these hateful things. I just think it's likely. I don't know. He could, but it's likely he's just in a really, really, really dark place in life.
I just don't know how you can deny the Holocaust and say it didn't happen,
Yeah, that's fucked up.
and then pretend you like you wouldn't do it the same. Like I believe in my heart of hearts that if you deny the Holocaust, then that means that you agreed with what Hitler was doing.
Yeah, right, right.
So if you even if you wouldn't do it yourself, if you agree, that's enough. That's enough to be held to the same standard as Hitler to me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's really messed up,
you know what I
dude.
mean? Like neo Nazis, stuff like that, that walk around with Nazi flags and shit. They don't deserve any sort of love in any sort of way. They deserve just a throat punch and a kick in the nuts. You know what I mean? Like because
Yeah,
there's no love at all. There's nothing about the Nazi Party. There was nothing about National
nothing at
Socialism
all.
that was good. There was nothing.
Nope.
I mean, it was good for Germany in an economic way, but they were using slave labor and they were using Jews and stuff like that, and gypsies and whoever else were in the concentration camps. They were using those people to build these things. So when these German folks were taken by the German and British soldiers, like in Band of Brothers, and they're taken to these concentration camps and say, "You bury them," and they had
Yeah,
no clue. They had no clue that these places even existed, was because that's how good Hitler was at propaganda. And that's exactly what's going on in our country right now with a certain group of people that keep telling you that, you know, that white supremacy is taking over Twitter, or, you know, that Joe Biden got 81 million votes. So
right, right.
you know what I mean? I mean, it's not on the same level, nowhere near, but you know what I mean? It is still there.
Right.
Propaganda
Well, I
is
retract
always.
my he's not said anything redeeming. I will say maybe if he keeps his nose clean for what do you think, 20 years or something, maybe we could bring it back to the table. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, here. So we got a comment just now by Ryan. Put it on the screen. It says, he has been wearing a mask for a crazy long time. Who needs to wear Pete Davidson, some sort of stuff? Stand up like, yeah, that's for sure. I definitely agree with that because Kanye has definitely been talking a lot about Black Hebrew Israelites and the whole Nation of Islam thing. I actually studied. I know a lot about the Black Hebrew Israelite people. I did a whole entire like thing about that, and they're basically it's a racist, anti-white um, group that claims that black people are the original Jews. Now there are Jews that were black. They're from northern Africa. It is real. That's true. Back then, the Middle East wasn't the way it is nowadays. People came and go for wherever they wanted. They didn't have to go to a border. They just rode their damn camel across the sky, or across the land, and
Hmm.
watch the sky go. And fucking, oh, here we are. Where are we? Oh, we're in Jerusalem. Oh, okay. Like it all looked the same. There was no road signs, none of that. So like back then, it was different. You know what I mean? Now, Pete Davidson has definitely said some messed up stuff in the past, but it's hard to take him serious because of the way he looks, the way he talks, the way he acts. I just think it's all a joke. You
Right,
know what I
right.
mean? Like I don't take serious. Kanye, like Ryan said, has been wearing weird masks and stuff like that for a long time. I do remember that now. He said it, but like at the same time, Kanye at one point looked like a Roblox character in a big ass fucking suit. Remember, he was all square and he was
Right,
like,
right.
you know what I mean? Like, so like, and he thinks that stuff's cool. Like, he thinks the stuff he wears like is cool. And I ain't gonna lie, I've seen some weird ass stuff from people here on YouTube. There's a Cleveland Browns fan. There's a guy that his name's Quincy Carrier, and he's a really good guy here on YouTube when it comes to like the Browns coverage. But like the other day, he had like a beanie on, like I do, and he had pearls on, and I was like, what the fuck? And I commented being a dick. I was like, "Were you coming out, bro?" Messing with
Oh
him.
my gosh.
And I've been like a
Oh yeah.
member of his channel since the beginning. So like, and I'm sure he didn't like it, but I guess he lives in Atlanta and that's a thing down there. So like, Pete Davidson to me is just putting a character on for people to see. I mean, he was with
Right.
Kim. I think he fucked Kim Kardashian or got with her just to spite Kanye. I don't think he actually liked her. I think he
Did
just did
they
it.
have beef before?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. See, I wasn't aware of that.
yeah. It wasn't really big, but if two childish guys get in the room and they have beef
Right.
over, I don't know, some stupid, they're gonna beef over nothing. That's like going to the skating rink when you were 14 and you saw your girlfriend talking to another guy that just happened to be her friend, or maybe you're even her cousin, and you
Right.
fucking got mad. Like that's exactly what I see now. So And then
Right.
The Louis Farrakhan Nation of Islam, I'm not even going to touch that because that's just a cult. I mean, so is the Black Hebrew Israelites, but that's just they have no backing. That's just a crazy guy that hates everybody. So
Did you see Pete Davidson? I guess he's converted to Judaism to troll Kanye.
that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. You know what's real funny is all these people that say they're, like Kanye says he's serving God, and Pete Davidson, Jewish, blah blah blah. None of that's gonna matter the day you stand in front of God, and if you're not up to His standards, then
Right.
I don't care what you call yourself. You can self-identify as a left Nike shoelace. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like it's black and white when it comes to God. That's how I feel, at least. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I feel like Pete Davidson puts a show on, and I think Kanye is actually going through something serious. I think he needs love, man. He needs real
You're right.
people around him. He needs people like us, not. And I don't like his music. I thought Kanye's music was always
Uh,
garbage.
I thought
Like,
I thought you were about to say he needs people like us. Like I don't even like you, but
I
you're
don't,
a guy. So,
I don't like Kanye, but I would sit in
well, I
front of
thought
him.
I know I meant toward me.
Oh no, no, no. I no, I would straight up tell Kanye, listen, bro, I don't have any respect for you, but I'm gonna be real with you because as a human being, I don't want to see you suffer. So
Yeah.
like, and I would tell him straight up, like, stop being retarded, like, start being normal. I know you can, and if you're not, and you know you can't, you need to get help now because your brain is the most important thing outside your heart, and if that goes, like, so like, it's just people they profit from crazy.
Right.
I do it here on YouTube. I pick videos, Tim when they break down and all this stuff, Carlin, all that, but it's fun. This isn't fun. Watching somebody suffer like this and say the stuff he's saying and acting the way he's acting, it's not fun, man. It's kind of sad.
Yeah, he's a great artist, dude. I didn't realize it until a couple years ago when I started doing reactions to his music, and I was like, dude, he has a lot of really great music, dude, that I dig.
I like
But
his beats. I like his beats. I'm not really like into that. I like that style of hip hop. Like I like
right,
that Jay Z like Chicago type sound. I'm more of like a 3 6 Mafia guy when it comes to like my hip hop. That and like Kid Cudi, that kind of hip hop. But like, his beats are always really really good. The words I don't really like the way he sings or raps. But some of those beats that you could just put that to, like I put in my headphones and go to the skate park and just listen to beats, instrumentals, and they're awesome. Like,
yeah,
so
insane,
yeah, some of the most hated rappers I don't like. I like the beats, just the beats.
right,
So like Lil Wayne, I can't stand Lil Wayne, but some of his songs, he got some hard ass beats, like,
yeah, yeah,
and it just goes, and it's good to ride to. So it's I think Kanye needs like actual. I think he needs a fucking hug. I think someone needs to walk up to him and not superficially, just be like, hey, bro, and just give him a hug. I think
yeah,
that might break him down. He might just start crying because I don't think he knows what love is anymore, like for real.
right. No,
Like,
yeah, very well put, man, very well put. I do want to. This is something else that this makes me think about. Something we talked about last time we were on a stream together. That this kind of, I don't know to what extent it's affected it, but I'd like to get your take on it. We talked about Trump and DeSantis running in 2024. With this whole Fuentes being at that dinner and all of that. And dude, this is the first time I've ever seen Trump be this quiet after something major went down. Like, do you think this has really affected his chances in 2024?
no,
Or and if so, to what extent? No?
no way. I mean, if they had that shit last time about grab her by the, you know what I mean, and that
Right,
was about
right,
sexuals, and they beat that into the ground. That's nothing. Okay, so Kanye is if Kanye wouldn't be melting down right now, then yes, that shit with Nick Fuentes with Trump would be deadly. But the fact that Kanye is breaking
right.
down
That's true.
and Nick's always around Kanye, like every time, every video you see Kanye on the Alex Jones video when he was like, the Holocaust didn't happen the way we need to check that, and you just see Nick in the background like he's a yes man. He's just like Lydia was for Tim, or like Ian is for Tim now. He
Right.
is. I don't even know if Ian's still on the show, but you know what I mean, like that kind of stuff. Like it's not good. They're using Kanye's reputation to get free plane rides, free food, whatever he can still get. That's what they're using him for. And Milo just misses that taste of fame, so he's around somebody that's famous. That's what I think.
Right.
One's looking for fame, one's trying to find it again, and the other one's losing it.
Right. And do you really think Milo is for real going to try to take down the Republican Party and all that?
Yep, I think it's real because
Man,
he lost everything, just like excuse me, just like say like we've talked about people getting canceled, and when somebody gets canceled for real, like a big name, you
right.
know, they get canceled for real and lose everything like Kanye did. I think that was maybe. I mean, even Milo might be even purposely taking Kanye down with him because he was a big time Trump supporter. So maybe he's using Kanye as like a middle point or almost like an avatar to talk shit. Maybe Milo's in Kanye's ear. We don't know, but I just know that Milo will take down the Republican Party if they let him. But that being said, the Republican Party he's going after, I don't think exists anymore because it's not the same as it was 4 years ago or 2 years ago, wherever it's been. Or 2 years. Wow, it's only been 2 years since Biden's been in office almost, and it's just we're not the same. You know what I mean? Like conservative, there's rhinos, and then there's MAGA Republicans now. They're different. So like Milo's going to try to take down the MAGA Republicans, but it's not going to work because they're not easily pushed around. You know what I mean? Like where if he tries to go after the rhinos, it's not going to make any sense because they did nothing to him. So like he's up against the wall and he knows it. That's why he's using people like Nick and Trump and Kanye to try to take people down. Think about it, dude. If you wanted to sabotage somebody that just announced they were running for president, what would you do? You would take a guy that claims he loves Hitler. You would take a gay guy, well, he's not gay anymore, that claims he hates the Republican Party now, and you would take a guy that is openly basically a Nazi. Nick Fuentes is basically a Nazi. Okay? And, I mean, he is. Like, he believes all the shit they did, like, straight up. So, like, what would you do? You would take those three people. You wouldn't tell Trump you were bringing two of them, and you would let all the media know. And they run with it. And that's what's happening. So now Trump is somehow a Nazi because Nick Fuentes and Milo's taking everybody down, and Kanye thinks he's on the moon. So we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I think Nick Fuentes is just going to he's a casualty of the war. That's what he is. He's a I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. He's one of those guys that you just use. You know what I mean? And then when he's done, they get rid of him. Like that's.
I have no idea who the guy is until last week.
Yeah,
I mean that tells me how relevant he is in the world.
He got super canceled for the shit he said. That's why he just disappeared from the internet. Rightfully so. Don't start talking about Hitler and don't start talking about Nazis being good, just like Kanye did. He basically mimicked Nick. Nick didn't say it that way, but it's garbage. He's garbage. And there's a lot of right-wing people, me being a conservative, I guess you would call me, you know what I mean? I'm a Trump supporter and I have, I'm against abortion shit like that. So I guess I'm conservative and you know what I mean? Like even people on my side are pieces of garbage that deserve to be smacked around and talked about. Like it's there's a lot of garbage on both sides, and that's I guess what's happening now is the MAGA, and maybe if there's any sliver of hope left that the actual Democratic Party still exists, maybe they might come out and try to fight back against the wokeness. But I just don't know, man. I think everybody's trying to cancel everybody and use everybody. That's what I think's going on with Kanye and Milo and Nick. It's just a big fuck fest of stupidity.
Right.
Like so.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
But yeah, and then you see DeSantis isn't even in the mix now. You know what I mean? Like he like backed out of the media spotlight for now, and he's just letting all this play through.
Smart move, dude. Smart move.
He hasn't said anything about it. He did answer to Apple when Apple said that they were going to pull the Twitter app from their app store, and everybody started freaking out because like everybody's addicted to their iPhones and Twitter, so they start freaking out, and then I guess they backtracked, and Elon Musk went to Apple's headquarters and was like, "Yo, what the hell?" And he's like, "I never said that." And so, and then all the dumps. Did you see the stuff on Twitter yesterday that Elon did?
No, what happened?
Oh my gosh, dude! So he finally broke the code and got through to all this correspondence that Twitter tried to hide and about like the elections. There's now proof that the Democratic Party and the Biden campaign before he was president were physically telling in emails and text messages Twitter employees to cancel things, censor people, delete stories. The Democratic Party has now been proven, Joe Biden especially, by Elon Musk, just showing files that are on their servers that they were working for their campaign. So Twitter wasn't unbiased. It wasn't just a platform for people to talk. It was 100% a arm of the Democratic Party and Joe Biden's campaign. And now there's proof of it.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, and it's insane. And there's been like, oh, dude, you just gotta go on Twitter and look. There's like 30.
I'm gonna have to go check it out. Yeah.
There was like 37 different tweets that came out in a row with all this stuff, and then
Damn.
Elon today did a voice call with somebody where he explained a little bit of it too. So it's the shit's about to hit the fan, man. That's why all these people are freaking out on Twitter. I started a Twitter page just to see this kind of stuff. So like, it's insane.
Hey, what's this? There's a comment there. No kings, no peasants. One.
Oh, I didn't see that. Hold on, my bad. I'm not used to this whole comment thing yet.
No, that's cool. But if you could bring that up, because I can't read, it's too small for me without my glasses.
What happened to free speech, though? Do you think Eminem would have been successful if things were the way they are now? And all? No, fuck no.
No way.
Eminem wouldn't exist. He wouldn't even be around. It wouldn't be a thing. All kinds of all the rap shit from Eminem down when he first came out back, none of that would exist. Even garbage bands like ICP, like they would not exist.
Oh.
I fucking hate ICP, dude. If you like ICP, you need to grow shit up, dude.
As a youngster, I was a big fan. Went to a couple
as a youngster,
concerts, but
yeah, as a youngster,
I've been into them for about 20 years. So
you shake up a bottle of Faygo, act like it's cool to be overweight and diabetic, and fucking.
No, that's not my style.
Yeah,
much respect to the juggalos and juggalettes, though. Nothing against y'all. Just I grew up a little bit.
Fun fact: fuck you guys. I hate all of you. Suck my ass, bag of dicks. Fuck him. Fuck what he says. Fuck you. You're garbage. Your music's garbage. Your fan base is garbage. You're all drug addicts. You're all fat. You all live at home with your parents. Am I wrong? Name. Let's stop.
Well,
name one.
Hey,
name
you
one.
Said all. You
name
said
one.
All your fans are
Yes.
this. All
yes.
your fans.
Yes.
I know some skinny ass ICP fans, dude. Both male and female.
That are meth heads. Don't lie. Or heroin addicts.
Well, I don't know any. I don't. I'm
you don't know a single guy that listens to
I'm trying to think what drugs they use, but exactly. I'm really not sure, to be honest.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Name one successful juggalo. Name one that's come out that's successful that says, "Oh yeah, I listen to ICP."
Now that's a whole entirely different question, right there.
It shows you the kind of fan base.
No. I mean, like in your favor. Like that's a good question. That's a good point. Like as far as like truly successful in the social. In the view of society?
No, not even that. As successful as us. Name one that's as successful as us that goes to work every day, that doesn't live with his parents or have a drug issue. You can't.
I can't.
But I can name 1,000 people that listen to Tupac that go to work every day and bust ass and take care of their kids.
Yeah, you're right.
You see what I'm saying? But Tupac, another great example. This coffee's kicking if you can't tell. Tupac, he would be canceled.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, I don't think he would be. I think because his social commentary is so spot on, and that I think he would fly under the radar, or maybe even over the radar, as being more as a philosopher, poet type of a thing, as opposed to like just an artist. You know what I mean?
But then there's songs like, "That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker." Yeah, man.
Yeah, but even the best of us have bad days. You know what I'm saying?
Fucked your bitch with the Click the Clan, West Side till I died. Claimed to be a player, but I fucked your wife. Yeah, the bad boy nigga fucked my life. Come on now.
Dude, I remember where I was when his death was announced, and it was one of the saddest environments I was ever in, because there were people laughing, a couple people cheering, and one very loud, one less. And I'm like, it was heartbreaking to see that kind of display of shit humanity around me.
I remember where I was too. I was at the skating rink.
Damn.
And the guy came over to the skating rink. The guy up here, it was called Olympic Skating Rink. We all knew him. The owner, he was awesome. He used to let us play Tekken on the machine for free and shit. It was awesome. But he actually came over the loudspeaker. It was like Wednesday night, I think, or something like that. And he said, "Hey, the song, I don't know if you guys heard today, but Tupac Shakur lost his life in the drive-by shooting, and we're gonna play this song." And he played like 10 songs in a row of Tupac that night. Like,
wow.
Yeah, it was cool. And I was like, wow, man. And I was one of those white kids grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, real hood, but I'm not hood. I got beat up a lot. That's why I'm kind of a dickhead, but I grew up, and now I don't get beat up, and now I also don't cry about things that offend me. So like, it's a different world. I grew up listening to not Biggie so much, but Tupac, Snoop, Mac 10, West Side Connection, all those fucking West Side gangster rap. I loved it, and all that would be canceled now. To get back to
Yeah.
that, all
Yeah.
that. So like, and Ryan Ryan just said that on Elon Musk live Q&A, he said there's a chance he could be killed. Wow. ICP was big with the kids who graduated in the late 90s in North Central Ohio. Yeah, all of Ohio, man.
Yeah.
And you see someone with a Hatchet Man tattoo. I see them all the time. You be at Walmart and you see a fat girl. She has like 6 Hatchet Man. It's actually
Right.
one, but it's morphed into 6. And it's like, and it's like supposed to be green and like pink, and it's like not. You know, like,
Right.
so yeah. But you see them everywhere. They're usually on their arms or on their backs or on their ankle. That's the 3 places you always see them. Like, but I had friends that grew up that liked ICP. I never got into that kind of rap. I never got into
I
that.
grew out of it, but at one point in my time, I was like, really loved it, dude. Went to at least 2 or 3 shows, sitting in class with Fago in my hair the next day. We went up to a autograph signing session in Toledo one time, and that was freaking amazing. They had a little small circus tent set up inside of this big record store, and
I like that. I like that.
Like 5 or 6 people at a time in the tent, and they sign your shit, and they were cussing you out, and it was awesome, dude.
Yeah, I didn't have an issue with the whole clown thing. That's
right.
Cool, whatever. It was just the lyrics and the way they rapped. Like, if Shaggy 2 Dope was just to be on his own, because the way he sounds, his voice is real deep and how he talks, he'd be cool because he could go to beats that were different. But,
right.
But Violent J, he's always like, he sounds like Cartman, but a real. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
so
a funny.
It just never think about it though. He sounds like Cartman. He's like, yeah,
right.
bitch, I drink Fago. I like to fuck my mom.
Like, what's up with magnets? How do they work?
Right. So like, but then Shaggy would be like, yeah, bitch, and he'd come in and it would sound like real rap.
Right.
Right. Same thing. Who was that other guy? Blaze that they signed.
Blaze, you dead homie.
Yeah, like the way he talked and the way he rapped was real. Like, it was real. Just real. It sounded real. It sounded like real rap, almost like Tom McDonald. He reminds me a lot of Tom McDonald. Like,
yeah, Tom. I've not heard of. All right, dude. Yeah, they're finally there. Yeah, dude. I've been doing reactions.
I need a whole roll.
Right, dude, that means they're good freaking wings, dude. I've been doing reactions of Tom McDonald, and his shit, man. I mean, like, as far as the style of music goes, for the most part, it's not my style of music. But like I compare him to Bob Dylan in this way, where Bob Dylan doesn't have the greatest singing voice whatsoever, but it's what he says that makes the impact.
Yeah, and he jams.
Dude, he can spit it, dude, and it's facts, dude. It's just it's breaking all of the bullshit crust off of it, and you're just left with the freaking sauce, cheese, pepperoni, and whatever the hell else you like on your pie.
That's like that song by, I think it's Eric Clapton, that Layla.
Yeah.
That's just a jamming song, man. Like that, even that song would probably be canceled because of what it was about. Like, any kind of song about loving a girl or trying to court a girl or trying to find a girl on the summer of '69 or whatever, it would be canceled because how dare you tell this woman she has to love you? How dare you search for her all day and night? Right. It's like all 80s music sounded the same and said the same shit. So I was more of like
back in the 50s and 60s and shit when it's like, you know, everyone's saying little girl and all that kind of stuff.
Sweetheart, or baby girl or any of that stuff. Like it's just, it's not the same anymore.
Sweet little 16, dude. Yeah. That was one of the most popular fucking songs, dude.
Or that Earth Angel. Won't you be mine? Sorry.
You know that was like some 24-year-old dude writing that for a 16-year-old. Different times doesn't make it right, but I mean that kind of shit too from the 50s and 60s. Some of that might be considered worse today than the 80s shit, you think?
Yeah, no. I mean, the 80s were a different time. The 60s were all about like doing drugs and banging. You know what I mean? Like, and that's, I feel like in the 70s especially, not 60s so much, but the 70s especially. And then the 80s became like more of the like, I hate you, mom, like type music.
Wasn't that more the 90s?
Okay, that was it morphed into the 90s. So it was like, okay, it was like girls just want to have fun,
Right.
and then that girl that just wanted to have fun had a daughter that was like, all I wanted was a Pepsi, one just put Pepsi, and you wouldn't give it to me, like the song says or whatever from the 90s, like that just. Dun, 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 dun. He's all I wanted was a Pepsi, just one Pepsi, and you wouldn't give it to me, just one Pepsi. And that's an actual song that's popular, and it's like you think to yourself, what the fuck? But then you think about what's going on today, and music today,
Right.
and you go, wow, yeah, I just want a fucking Pepsi, like because the music today is garbage. So
It is. It really is.
Ryan said, you know what you're getting. I doubt I'll get a copyright strike, dude. I know that's what you're implying, but I doubt I'll get a copyright strike. And if they do try to give me one, I'll just edit. They give you an opportunity to edit out the part that they're pissed about.
If they do for some reason, then just tell them that that it's half my fault, and tell them to give me one on my channel too.
We'll both get a half a strike.
Yes, ask them if we can split the strike between our channels half and half.
I'm actually feeling pretty sharing, so maybe everybody in the comment section could just get a quarter of the strike. We could all be strike together, and yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm not really worried about it. And honestly, if they did give me shit, I would just edit it out, or maybe because I said the N word without the ER in the end when I was rapping. I'm sorry, like or something.
Stuff happens, man.
I don't care. Like that's another thing. Like people are so caught up on race, and that's something that is touchy to talk about for certain people. But for me, man, we're all the same. If I cut my arm open right now, bro, I'm gonna bleed red, and my blood might go into a black dude that might need it. And guess what? He's gonna live because we're human beings, and let's start acting like it. Yeah. Let's enjoy each other's cultures and our music. Fuck, dude, that's what the whole point of the world's about. Like.
Yeah, and the less you talk about it, the more you talk about it, the more tension there's going to be toward it.
And it sucks because all I want to do is talk about it. Like you're like, man, I would really like to go to Israel and enjoy the food. Or man, it'd be cool to go to like Iran and see the mountains. Or man, it would be cool to. But you can't go to these places sometimes or certain places because politics, because people hate people, and it's stupid. Man, this world's so beautiful. There's spots on this planet we haven't even seen yet, and it's like, fuck. Let's just go do that instead of being dicks and shooting at each other over ideologies or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it's the same thing with people, Democrats, Republicans. We do it with our mouths. You know what I mean? Here in America, we use our words, YouTube. You know what I mean? And over in, say, Afghanistan, they use AR-15s. So, like, they don't have the rights we do. That's another thing. Some of you people watching these streams and stuff, you think we're just, be thankful, man. Be thankful.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Imagine living somewhere else. I mean...
Imagine living in Ukraine right now.
Imagine, but I mean, even imagine living in Canada.
Yeah.
Imagine, think of the next best place. Think of that place and be like, nah, I'll stay here, dude.
I'm gonna put my Tim Pool beanie on real quick.
Okay.
So Canada, it's a nice place, but all right, I'm done. I can't do that anymore. So. Tim actually was talking about Canada a couple of weeks ago, and that's what made me think of that. Canada's cool. I have a viewer that watches the show. Her name's Chick in Canada. You guys go check her out. She does somewhat, same kind of stuff I do. It's just a little different. She's a sub of mine, though. She's cool. She always comments. Her symbol is like a pink little symbol. It's called Chick in Canada, but she's cool. Can you get in your cage, dog, and stop messing with my light? Thank you, dog. He's like knocking my light out. But yeah, she's cool. But she made a video, I think, about that. If it's still up or not, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it was somebody else. But yeah, Canada. Canada's a horrible place right now to be in. There's also another guy that I watch on YouTube called the Canadian Prepper. You should check him out, dude. You'd like him, especially if you're into any kind of like prepping or camping or any guns.
Wildlife and shit. Yeah, dude, survival shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, check him out. Then you'll love him.
Oh yeah.
But he posts videos every day about what's going on in the world, and he'd be like, "Oh, we need to do this now. We need to do this. He lives in Canada, and they just passed a bill in Canada. He said that basically they're going to take all of their weapons, everything besides maybe handguns. It's going to be bad. So he actually did a video today showing off like a foldable shotgun, sweet as hell. Some of you would see in Call of Duty, and he was showing it and talking about it. So
that's crazy.
What's this? Ryan said that Adam Krigler has 9 strikes, wear them like a badge of honor. He doesn't have 9 strikes because he wouldn't have a channel 3 times. Like, you get 3 strikes, bro, and your channel's gone. It's gone. You get 3 strikes within 90-day period. And
you can get like small strikes where you just can't monetize it. You can still upload, just can't monetize it, but that's not the same thing as what is what I think Ryan is talking about here. Yeah, you're right. It's the 3 hard strikes and you're done,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. He just said he says they drop off in
Oh,
in 3 months or whatever. Yeah, 3 months. Like I said, 90 days. So if you get three within a 90-day period, you lose your channel completely. Because I read that
damn.
on I read that on the terms of service and all that. So it's not something that you would want to do. So
Yeah.
if Adam's had 9 and he's been on YouTube for a year, then I guess maybe that's okay because he'll get like 2 or 3. But it's like I said, it's easy to get around it just by editing out the part that YouTube talks about. So if they show you
Right.
like when they copyright strike you, they show you how long the clip is that they're mad about, and you can literally change it. Like that video I did with Lisa Poole and her TikTok where she was dancing all weird and trying to tell a story. The music, like why she was doing this and stuff, the music was to a gospel song. So they were like, yeah, in the song. That's why she was doing that.
Oh,
But
all right. All right.
I got copyright struck for the song, so I had to add a free one that YouTube suggested because they give us now in the studio. We have like 100 songs we can choose from now and put on our videos, and they suggested one that was close. It wasn't, and I just did it automatically, and it takes a little while, an hour or two. It does it on its own. The video stays exactly the same until they change it. So they could copy. Say you put a Tupac song in your video, bro, and it's like half your video, and say your video's real long. Say it's like fucking 2 hours long, right? And then like you play like a Tupac album. Well, they're gonna copyright strike you for that Tupac album, but you might get your views still. Like say you get 2,000 views in the first hour, and then it slows down after that. It's gonna take them more than 2 hours to fix that because it's all automated. So you'll get your views for the video with the music you want, and then that's what I've been doing. And then
hell yeah, man.
they cut you off, and then they fixed it, and then you've already gotten your views. I feel like in the first 12 hours you're gonna get a pretty big sump of your views, and then after that they say 7 days, but I think it's 24 hours. But first 12 hours I go off of. You can tell in the first 10 minutes when you post a video if it's going to do well or not. So it's like today I posted a video about Kanye West on Alex Jones. It's like 100 something views. Saturday sucks, dude. Saturday sucks. Like I don't understand it. I don't know if you've dealt with this because I'm still kind of new at this, but like it if I look at it right now, like all my other videos I'm getting 1,000 or above on my views on every video almost. And like I put that up an hour and a half ago. I put a reaction up an hour and a half ago to the Surf Times, dude. You got to look them up. Watch my new video. He's going to be another one of those guys I go after. But I put a video.
What is it? Surf Times?
Yeah, it's the SERF Times.
Surf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surf. Yeah. Times. But he's a dude. He's basically the male version of Carlin. Like it's insane.
Oh no.
Yes, but I put a video of Ye or Kanye going crazy on Alex Jones 7 hours ago, and it only has. Let me see. The short I put up has 4.5 thousand views. Okay.
Damn.
I put that up 7 hours ago. The video to that I put up 6 hours ago only has 154 views. Yeah. Saturday sucks for like uploading actual content. Like shorts, that's different. People are just flipping real fast. But I'm not gonna probably post long form content anymore unless it's like a reaction. Like I put up a reaction video like an hour and a half ago before we started, and it already has 203 views. So, and that's still not, and that's still not that great because of the way my other videos have trended. So, like, it's definitely Saturday and Sunday. I think I might just take the weekends off.
You should be proud of that 200, dude.
I am, but at the same time, you get so used to doing so well. I've been for a month straight. I've been getting almost over 1,000 views on every video. So it's like I feel like I finally found the way to do things and just stay consistent. Because
right,
like vidIQ or what's that other one? Think Media I've told you about.
Oh yeah.
And all their videos about like how to get to 1,000, after 1,000, what do you do? How do you stay consistent? They show you everything, dude. And it's, they say here's the times, like on your audience page, you'll see on your thing, on your analytics, they'll show you when your audience is on the most. I didn't know about any of this. And today I just took a chance and posted on Saturday, knowing that my audience wasn't really online, and it bombed. But the short did well, so I don't fucking know. So I'm just gonna probably Monday through Friday do our live stream on Saturday, have fun, and then maybe do a reaction video on Sunday or something. You know what I mean? To a random video where it's live like this and I don't edit or anything. Just try to fill. You know what I mean?
Right. Or Saturday, the weekends might be good for shorts. Maybe it sounds like
that's what I was thinking too. Maybe shorts, but definitely the live stream is going to be probably the main thing I worry about on Saturday. Yeah, it gives me time. It gives me time to take notes. Like, look, it's funny. You get most of my notes today, by the way, bro. You did well. So like all my notes, Yeah, all my notes here I wrote down. You can't really see them. Elon Musk and Twitter. We talked about that. Trump and DeSantis. We talked about that. You're good at this, by the way. Uh, Kanye West, Alex Jones. We talked about that. Tim, Carlin, Lisa. Talked about that. They went. So like, and that's I didn't even tell you any of these. These were my
No,
ideas.
you didn't. I
You
had no
hit
idea you had those written down.
you hit every one. That's
I
why I
didn't
think.
write anything down, so yeah, I didn't have a fucking clue.
So we're on the same page, and that makes me think that this thing's gonna go well. So you know
Oh,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like, the only thing we didn't talk about is the whole ghost and aliens thing, but I don't know if people are ready for that.
That's a longer conversation. And then,
I mean,
and then if we get into that, dude, then we can get into like civilizations and ancient civilizations and
sure, I love that shit.
what are the chances of highly advanced ancient civilizations that got wiped out and we know nothing about them. All
Yeah,
that shit's so interesting.
I believe that to like kind of just tease into that. I believe that a lot of people think that people before us were dumb, and they were not.
No, they
If-
weren't.
I believe that the ancient Israelites and ancient Sumerians and even Aztecs and them, the ones that disappeared, I believe that like they knew what the hell they were doing. I mean, the ancient Egyptians knew how to get light to come through their pyramids and bounce off of other objects to get light all the way to the center of the pyramid from outside. And
Yeah.
that takes massive amounts of mathematical genius to do that. You know what I mean? Like, so like maybe they didn't see it the same way we do, but they knew what the hell they were doing. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, for sure.
so I mean, look at the people in Israel. They were growing crops in desert. So I don't know. Everybody over there did that. I just use them because they're in my head. So like, but yeah, and then the whole aliens and ghosts thing. I think that's definitely probably a whole live stream on its own. Maybe. Fun fact: I don't believe in either. So we'll talk about
Fun fact here, I do believe in supernatural, absolutely.
supernatural.
That's a little
Yes.
bit different. Ghosts, I don't know, but aliens, I 100% believe there has to be intelligent extraterrestrial life out there. The universe is far too large not to, dude. There has to be somewhere out there. There has to be.
Why
Now,
is
whether or not they've ever come in contact with us, that's a whole nother story. I don't know.
well, what I would say is, why is there 0 planets that we found ever that can hold life? Then
Well, I mean, the universe is far larger than we have been able to and ever will be able
we
to.
can see though. We can our new telescopes. They see light years, dude. They see light years away. Like I'm talking like forever away. Our newest. Look up the. You probably don't even know about that. Look up the pictures of the new telescope they just released like a month ago, and look at the shit they're finding. Like they're finding stars being born. They're finding stars blowing up.
Wow.
It's insane. Like in
Yeah,
detail.
I'll check that out.
Yeah, in detail. You'll like that, especially you like space stuff. But it's saying that now my worldview tells me that the Earth is the center of the universe in my head. It's not. I don't know if it is the center of the universe technically because we don't know how big the universe is, but because it's always expanding, like you said. But like, and we're always moving away. You know what I mean? Everything's always moving. So like, I don't know, but I believe that because I believe in God, I believe that the Earth was created. We are the center. We are where life is. We are and the universe was built around us. Everything out there is for us. The Bible says that everything on the earth is for us. All the animals, everything is for us. This planet is ours. It's a gift from God to us. So like, I don't know why aliens would be real if they haven't come to. If God wanted them to be real, He would bring them to us. But I mean, we barely understand ourselves. How are we supposed to understand something like that if it's real?
Well,
You know what I mean?
let me ask you something here. This is something I've often wondered about. We hear in the Bible, Revelations, when the rapture happens, beams of light come to people ascending. Dude, what if God is an alien? Those beams of lights are from the ships and people ascending up, and heaven is a planet that is free from all of this hatred, grief, and pollution and all this bullshit.
So
What about that?
Since I went to school for theology, I know that's not in the Bible anywhere. You just made that up. So the Bible does.
It wasn't.
Listen,
I'm just saying, what if?
Listen, it's not though. So you don't what ifs with God. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean. It's
Oh,
a serious.
come on, dude. Speculation is awesome.
No, not with God. That's stupid. That's
But
like.
do we know?
Yes.
Do we know for sure that
Yes.
God was not an alien?
Yes.
How do we know for sure?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so Jesus couldn't be an alien's child?
No, he was born a man. He was born through a woman.
Man,
You have to use common sense, man. You're a grown ass man.
I would love to have a speculatory. I don't think it's true, but I think it's interesting to talk about what if.
It's not though, because what you're doing is you're questioning God when you do that kind of stuff. It's cool if you want to talk about it in a speculational way, like you're saying.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean.
But people actually believe that shit. People actually think that's real. Like, there's no way God could be real, but they believe that men could become women. They believe that evolution. They believe evolution's real, but they can't show me one single fossil of an animal becoming another kind of animal. They say, well, birds, their beaks changed. That's microevolution. I'm I'm tan and you're whiter than me. Okay, that's because I have American Indian and Italian in me. So, and I probably get outside a lot. I like to sit outside because I hate being inside when it's cold. So I go outside in the sun a lot. I've been in the sun the last few days, so you can tell, like, go this way. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, right now you can tell you work inside. Okay, so you're but so, and it's wintertime, and we're white, and fat and bald. You know what I mean? So, like,
true.
You know what I mean? Like, so, but it's just, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain, man.
I get you, and I do mean it in a purely speculatory.
No, I know.
I can talk about anything in a speculatory manner and not believe it's true. Yeah, I just love the whole what if of things.
No, I do. I like the what ifs for sure.
Play out those processes.
100%. I like the what ifs in like that kind of way. I know what you're saying now, but like there are people out there that will say, "Well, there's no way that God could be. There's no way a man could be God." Yeah, the guy that died and then came back to life, and everybody freaking saw him, but I guess all that shit wrote down in the history books didn't count because it doesn't match with your narrative. So like, it's messed up. So this hillbilly person in the comments, I'm not acknowledging him because the shit he's saying is just retarded. The Egyptians found the Sphinx. Fun fact: no, they didn't.
I don't disagree with that.
They built it. They built it. There's actual shit written down about the plans and shit when they built it. It was a lot bigger than it is now, by the way. When they built it.
They could have I think they could have very well found it after a mass catastrophe and someone else had built it, a mass catastrophe, and they later found it, then added their own elements to it.
I just think common sense.
That's very possible.
I think common sense tells you that's a lie. Like, so their entire culture is based off those symbols that were on the Sphinx. So you're telling me that they adopted an entire culture? Because you would have to.
I'm just saying I think it's possible that.
Okay, but
that could be remnants from a previous
maybe, but then you have to use logic. You can't just say, well, maybe, because that's not. You have to use logic. So then you say, well, maybe it was from a different civil. Okay, but how come the Egyptian civilization uses all these symbols and all this architecture like the Sphinx in their culture? Well, it looks like it's their culture then. Okay, so if they just found it, their culture would look totally different than the Sphinx. But since it matches perfectly, there's no way.
What if they mimic that culture? They discovered it and were like, they were more advanced than we are, and they mimicked it.
It just doesn't happen. No, there's no cultures that mimic cultures. You can't name one culture that's done that. Like actual cultures. I don't mean like white dudes that think they're black.
Right.
Or like, you know what I mean? Like, or dudes that think they're from the hood and they're not. You know what I mean?
Eminem, dude.
No, or not even Eminem. I'm like, like fucking like ICP. People that think they're from the hood because they're from Detroit. Okay. I'm from Detroit. We have one trailer park, one building, and we had a football team, but they got lost at the meth house. Like,
I got nothing against juggalos and juggalos.
Oh, bro, I am a hater to the day I die. I am the evil. I am the heat miser, and you are the winter miser guy from the Year Without a Santa Claus. Okay.
I love the dynamic here because, like I've said before, we agree on a lot of things.
Yeah, like that's why we get along.
But like, there's a lot of we have a lot of different angles looking at things, dude. It's very interesting, that's for sure.
Yeah, but you know what? I also grew up a lot different than you two. You know what I mean? Like that's what,
right.
So like, like I was like before I believed in God and all that, I was a Democrat. I was an atheist. I believed in abortion. All these things, and then I was homeless, and then I prayed to God to help me, and He did, and it was real. And it wasn't just like a coincidence. It was real. The way it happened, the things that were said to me, everything. It was real. One minute I was on the streets. Next minute I had a place. Like, and it was somebody that I didn't even know. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah, dude. And I know it's real. I know He's real. Yeah. So like, it's not. And that's what changed me. That moment in life, dude. I instantly The Bible says when you become a Christian, you start to hate the things that you used to love. And I'm telling you, that night, dude, I'd stop listening to certain music that night. I stopped doing all kinds of stuff. Now I was way better before. I used to not swear, all those things, but then I got loose. You know how it is, like, and I got married and kids and dogs that don't ever want to listen, right. And so like that kind of stuff. But it's like in person. This is a conversation I would want to have with you in person. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was saying about Hillbilly in the comments, they were saying stuff here. I'll show you the comments real quick so we can go through and make fun of them. So number 1, the Egyptians found Sphinx. No, bag of dicks. Number 2, there's a chance that we discovered the Dyson sphere.
What is that? What is that?
I don't even know, but I do have a Dyson sweeper and it sucks. So, number 3, we live in the backwoods of the galaxy. Not much reason to come here. How do you know? Have you been to the other parts of the galaxy? Did you get a mixtape? Was Groot with you? Shut up.
I'm with you on two of these. I'm on your side, Hillbilly.
I don't know how. Have you ever been to the other side of the galaxy, sir?
Not personally, no, but I've heard lots of stories and saw some family video.
Okay. Well, those people are a bag of dicks. So then the second part, the fourth one is first religion says that we are hybrids. But he didn't name the religion. You notice that? That's what they do. That's what they do.
Yes, I would like to I'm not without anything to back that up, I am going to dismiss that.
So now, when you claim to be hybrids, the first religion, okay, you didn't name the religion. That's bag.
Right.
That's the word bag. And then there's religion that says we are hybrids. That's of dicks. So bag of dicks. Okay, because the first religion, you didn't name the religion, and hybrids of what?
That was a very, very vague statement, Hillbilly.
Listen, there's more.
Very vague, dude.
Listen, this dude's multiple retardo, okay? Because he's posted more. Listen, the next guy, I'm a hater, motherfucker. You should have never posted. You should have never commented.
Yin and yang here, man.
Should have never commented. This is on my channel. I won't do this when we're on his channel, but this is my channel. Shut the fuck up. Now listen. Next guy, Ryan. That symbol Kanye posted got him the ban was a religion from people that believe in alien gods. That is true. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but he took the Star of David, okay, and he put a swastika in the middle of it.
Really?
And he posted it. And now Elon's like, no, you're stupid. And he fucking, he sounded like a Puerto Rican from the 90s. No, you stupid. And he banned him for it, okay?
Well, yeah, whatever about that. But I mean, that's a weird thing to do.
Right. The symbol that he's talking about, that Ryan's talking about, looks like that, but it's a star and it has like a swirly symbol in the middle. And it is somebody that like believes that aliens are coming back to get them or some weird shit. So like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's weird. And then the last comment I think Hillbilly posted, because I don't know if he's here anymore. I wouldn't be here either. As he put Elohim of the Bible are aliens. Fun fact, the word Elohim is just another Jewish word for God. It means nothing. It means God. It means Father. It means God. So there's Jehovah, there's Elohim, there's God, and we say Jesus as Christians. It's all the same person. It's all the same thing. Okay? So when people say Jehovah, they're just saying Jehovah because it's a different word that was used at a different time for Elohim, which is classic Hebrew. It's something nobody speaks. You don't know anybody who goes, Elohim. It doesn't happen anymore. We don't talk like that. Even Israelites don't talk like that anymore. They have a very modernized, but they do speak ancient Israel, but that's like the old people and the hat makers and shit like that. So like, but it's just, that's what I mean. Like people don't know what the hell they're talking about. Like, and they'll comment up. Scientologists believe that are far uranium penetrator. I love that name.
What's wrong with Scientology?
It's even worse than Kanye. You think Kanye is bad?
Dude, there's a lot of good things that Scientology has brought to us, man.
I'm gonna end this podcast in a second. Like,
I'm not a fan of Scientology, by the way. No.
Scientology tells you to buy 10 books that cost $10,000 a piece. Then you got to take a bunch of tests that cost $10,000 a piece, and then it's all money with Scientology. It's just a money. Yeah. It's a Hollywood money religion. We all knew that.
It's a cult, dude. It's a tax scheme.
But yeah, this hillbilly dude don't know what the hell they're talking about. And that ancient Sumerian texts teach of the Anakim. Okay, well then where did they come from? Where did that ancient Samaria, where did they come? Do you know who or what Samaria was? No, you don't, because you wouldn't have said that. Okay, so fun fact, I'm just gonna keep preaching here for a minute. In the Bible, Jesus is walking with his disciples, and he tells them to go into town and find some rope so they can tie up the colt with the donkey. And they go, okay, cool. And they go in town, right? And then he sits down next to a well. Everybody knows this song, or knows this, what is a song, but knows the story. The woman at the well. And a Samaritan woman was sitting at the well and said, he goes to her, draw me some water, woman. And she goes, you're a Jewish man speaking to me. It's not allowed. It wasn't allowed back then. Okay. He says, actually, I know everything about you. You've had 4 or 5 husbands, and the man you're with right now isn't your husband. And she looks at him and says, Lord, as she recognizes it's God, and says, how do you know these things? And he goes, go, bring everybody here, blah, blah, blah. And then she runs off, tells them, they all come back. Jesus stays in town for 4 or 5 days, heals people, and leaves, like he does throughout the whole Bible, right? So you can't say the Samaritan text teaches it, because basically Sumerian, those people were basically Jews that were outcasted at the time. So you're just saying the Jewish text teaches of it, and it's not true. So see, I went to school for this stuff. I studied theology. I used to want to go to school to be a pastor, all kinds of stuff. So I just believe differently now in my theology than I used to. So I don't go to that kind of school anymore. I'm a lot more centered and biblical now. So stuff like that. And then he said Elohim bred with humans, blah, blah. Again, Elohim's just a name. It's not a person. Like, here, hi, my name's Martin Speaks. My name's also Carl. My last name's Martin. My middle name's Justin. They all are me. That's Jay.
Right.
His last name's Wade. He's also from the No Pause Network. He also likes Kanye. He lives in Cincinnati. Everything's about him. But
hey, I don't live in Cincinnati.
Well, you know what I mean. Well,
I live near Dayton.
The Griffey in the background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? Like, you live in Southern Ohio, I live in Northern Ohio.
No, I get you. Yeah.
So it's just the fact that people, they don't want to do any research on anything. Oh, here we go about the King James Bible. Get out of here with the King James Bible. Garbage. Like,
okay. Before we wrap it up, Hillbilly, I'm with you on 3 of these things. I'm with you as far as, like, I'm on your side here with, there's some validity to 3 of these things that you've said here. So,
which are?
That the Egyptians quite possibly may have found the Sphinx, that we live in the backwoods of the galaxy, not much reason to come here, and about the King James, the Bible in general, period, and how accurate it is, and all of that.
So, so fun fact, there was a Bible written before the King James Bible. It was called the Geneva Bible. That's when people talk about the Bible, they usually have never read it, or they've read it with a bias. So this is what's going on. This is what I want people to do. The King James Bible was written in Old English, blah, blah, blah. And it's only called the King James Bible because the king at the time wanted the popularity. Okay. So he called it the King, and anything in it that might have made him look bad, the words were changed. And there's also 4 or 5 versions of the King James Bible. There's the 1611 and there's also the 1705 or whatever. Okay. There's the Geneva Bible before that. There's the Dead Sea Scrolls before that. There is all the Hebrew text and all the text in general. There's the Old Testament. So I went to school for this stuff, and it's like, I've done my research. I've done both sides. I used to be a liberal when I first started this, so you can't tell me, that I'm being biased. And it's like, he says that the King James Bible added and subtracted. I agree. They did. They took away from the original text because the king wanted to be the center of the Bible. That's why it's called the King James Bible, and not the Holy Bible like everywhere else. Even Martin Luther's Bible was called the Bible. So I actually have a copy of it. It's from the 1500s.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Hold on. Let me grab it real quick. I'll show you.
Yeah, go get that thing.
Super old.
By the way, I was raised in the church my whole life, and I do believe in God. I just, I have my own thoughts and stuff. Fix that microphone, dude. There you go.
I fixed it. I knocked it over. I get excited when I talk about God, so
that's cool. I was just telling them while you were gone, I believe in God, and I was raised in the church. So this is very interesting. Again, they're like perfect example. We agree, but we don't agree on some things. Oh, wow.
You see that?
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get to focus. It says down there 15, or not 15, 18, my bad. 1834.
That's awesome.
This Bible is almost, like 500 years old? Something crazy? 200 years old? Something crazy? So, like, it's...
Oh, what happened? Well, it appears that I'm here by myself. Hopefully, Martin will be back in here shortly. That was a very interesting conversation, and that's what I've been saying, dude.
Boom!
There we go. Here we go.
My
I
dog.
was carrying it, dude. I was carrying it.
My fucking dog. So he's a puppy still, so he's learning. But yeah, so this is really old. But it's just like the Bible I read now, when I read is the New American Standard. It's the closest to the original Hebrew and Greek text. So sometimes it reads choppy, but that's how it read in Hebrew and Greek. So, and it's to the point. And then there's the whole thing where people argue that the Bible couldn't be written by God, blah 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 blah, but they believe in God. Like, it doesn't make any sense. If you believe in Jesus and you believe that it was God walking on earth and he was able to heal people and do things, then why couldn't you believe that the Holy Spirit, which is the third part of the Trinity, there's the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. The Father's in heaven. The Son was sent to earth to save us through the gospel, and the Holy Spirit is what lives in you after you receive Christ, after you repent. That's what lives in you. That's what convicts you. That's what makes you feel bad from when you're doing. If you're a Christian and you cheat on your wife and you cry and you break down, you feel horrible. If you do anything like that and you claim to be a Christian, it's called conviction. That's why you're supposed to repent, ask God for forgiveness and actually turn 180 and do the opposite. Don't just say it. So like, that's the difference between a real Christian and like that. And it's just when people talk about the Bible and they say that they can't believe it was written because it was written by men, they have no fucking clue what they're talking about, because they don't understand that it was written over thousands of years. It wasn't written all once in some room. You know what I mean? It was written by thousands of years through people that God used. King David, Noah, Abraham, people like that. Like, it's like they don't want to do the research. They just want to believe because it's easier to deny God and feel like they're not going to be judged, which you will. When you die, you will be judged. I don't care if you believe or not. You will be. And it just makes them feel better so they can keep living the life they live and do the things they do. Keep looking at the porn they look at. Keep yelling at their wives. Keep screaming at people for no reason on the streets. Keep driving like an asshole. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I swear, I do get angry. I do things. So I'm not going to try to say I'm perfect because I'm not. But there's a lot of people that claim to be God, that love God or believe in God, that take no time to even get to know him. And then they're the ones the Bible says, but Lord, didn't I praise your name and didn't I believe in you? And Jesus looks at them and says, I never knew you. Depart from me. So, I mean, like, it's not, when it comes to God, man, I don't care how people feel. That's a real thing that we should be real about. We should really care about where our souls are going, because this world's very, 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 very brief compared to eternity. So, like,
that is.
You know what I mean? Like, that when it comes to that kind of stuff, I really want everybody, Kanye, everybody. I want everybody to not go to hell. Hell is not a good place. So like, it's a scary thought to know that people you may even love, that live that kind of horrible lifestyle or whatever, do things, and or people you love that may have murdered somebody that was fine with it and are in prison now, or something. Can you imagine being like relatives to like Jeffrey Dahmer or like Charles Manson, stuff like that? Like, it would just blow my mind, man. Like, so
it'd be crazy, dude.
And it's hard, because I'm so brash and I don't know how to be like calm and loving towards people anymore, because I've been shit on so much. So it's like, now I'm just like, nope, bag of dicks, like brown, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
And it's, but I am softening up as it goes here on YouTube. People are like, bro, you're mean. Yeah, I am. Like, that's how you protect yourself, or you end up like Tim Pool crying on the internet because people say mean things. Like,
right.
You can say all the mean shit you want about me. I'm not gonna care. You don't go to the dispensary and buy my medicine. You don't pay my bills. You don't. I've already talked about it on my page. So you don't buy me food. You don't buy me camp. You don't do shit. Fuck off. The day you buy me a nice half from the dispensary, because then we'll be friends. Bag of dicks.
Hell yeah, man. Well said, dude. Well said.
And that's what I mean about being a Christian. Like, I smoke weed, and everybody knows that on my channel because I've talked about it. I'm a medical patient. I have PTSD. I was homeless. I just spilled water on myself. That's cool. And so it bothers me. I have bad dreams and shit. I have nightmares and shit where I'm on the streets and shit sometimes still if I don't. But I don't sit around and just smoke all day. I'm not one of those either. So I have a family and a life and all that too. So it's just, and sometimes I don't even smoke. Sometimes I'll use a pen or maybe eat a cookie or something, whatever. So it's just stigmas about God, about weed, about just stuff like that. One day, hopefully, it all get figured out. You know what I mean? Yep. I am the weird when it comes to weed and like believing in God. I believe that you can be a Christian and smoke weed. But,
dude, yeah. There's all kinds of things I believe you can do and be a Christian.
Well, I believe that's probably the only thing you could do, like in my head, that you could do that would be socially acceptable. and be a Christian, because there are things that you shouldn't be doing. But like, but that's different. If it becomes an obsession, if that's all you care about, if that's all you do, like me and you, anybody else, me, I don't know about you, but me, my friends, anybody, a lot of them that smoke weed, I know, you would never know, because they get up, they go to work, they work all day, they work construction jobs, or they don't smoke when they're at work, they don't smoke around their kids. It's like one of those, hey bro, you want to come over and smoke a joint around the fire? Bullshit about the game. Okay. It's normal blue collar potheads that you would never know about. And those are the ones that are going to end up bringing legalization, I believe, here. It's going to be the ones that, like, listen, man, I work 40 hours a week. My boss is an asshole. The president's retarded. I don't know where I'm at. You know, like, I just need a joint. So.
Yep. And Hillbilly, you're just trolling now, dude. Come on, buddy.
I have I don't know how you see it. I turned them off, so I don't know how you see it.
He just said, man created alcohol, God created pot. Who do you trust? I mean, which I'm just saying, dude, come on. Now you're just trolling, dude.
He is.
I love it. I love it.
It's fucked up because he's actually right for the first time.
Yeah, I know. It's brilliant.
Like, man did create, well, technically he's wrong, because everything in alcohol is from the ground, and God created the earth. So God created everything that goes in alcohol, and man created taking the ingredients and turning it into alcohol. Just like we take cocoa plants and make chocolate, and we also make cocaine.
Yeah, but I think Hillbilly's more spot on and to the point here, because I mean, God created weed, like the plant, and we don't have to add or do anything to it. We pick it, dry it, smoke it. Whereas he didn't create like here's a pond with alcohol in it. All you have to do is dip in and drink it. So this one, Hillbilly, I think you got both of us on board.
Yeah, he gets a half a dick point instead of a whole dick. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he gets, because, like, honestly, yeah, it's for real. God wasn't like, and on the 6th day, God created Mad Dog 2020. Like, it didn't happen. You know, God created everything on the earth, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and I believe there's the pot strands, the weed, I'm going to use the word cannabis. It makes me sound a lot smarter. Cannabis, the land strands, we call them land strands, and they're the ones that grow naturally on the planet. So, like, Acapulco Gold or fucking Maui Wowie, or the ones you hear Cheech and Chong talk about, they're all from the earth. They all grow. Okay. So, like, Acapulco grows in Mexico, naturally in northern Mexico. Maui Wowie was growing in Hawaii, but a lot of it got taken out by the volcano like a year ago, and a bunch of shit like that. And there's even strands from California that are actual land strands, and there's one from West Virginia that's an actual land strand that grows there naturally, but I forget what it's called.
Wow.
So, you know what I mean? But yeah, dude, there's like 5 or 6 that are actual still you can find land strands. Like at the dispensary now, Northern Lights is a land strand. But they're never strong. They're always like 5, 10, 15, 20% THC. Right. They're never strong. Like this stuff right here that I got from the dispensary, I forgot what it's called, but it's like 27.5% THC. Like, so it's I smoke before I go to bed. Like I'll hit my bowl before I lay down or whatever if I lay down, and it'll help me go to sleep. Like, but the shit the old folks smoke, they just sat around, got skunky smelling, and just, you know, fucking old, you know. I love them though. I love the old guys that smoke weed. They're the coolest ones.
I think Ryan might be in the chats, might be from Ohio as well.
Who? Ryan?
Yeah, he's talking about the last time we got a chance. Yeah, that sounds like what we had to go down in Ohio.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, it's supposed to be on the ballot, I think, not this year, but next year.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was some deal that was made, and in that deal, it could not be on the ballot in 2022, but it can be on the ballot next year.
Yeah, so. It was like the wording or something was weird.
Yeah,
and they rejected it. That's dumb though. I bet you Ryan.
It's dumb as shit.
I bet you Ryan partakes in the Chiba.
Hell yeah! Hey, teach their own, baby.
Yeah, see, look, he's from Mansfield, so he ain't far from.
There you go.
He's basically in between us.
Hell yeah!
So I lived in the closest I lived to you guys, I think, would have been Canal Fulton.
Nice.
Down by Akron. That was the closest I lived, maybe, to like Mansfield and towards you. But that hillbilly dude said he's from West Virginia. Imagine that shit.
West Virginia, baby. Great mountains. I love mountains and
good
shit.
Hunting.
So awesome.
Great hunting. Good mountains. Education system clearly fucking sucks. But other than that,
education system could be worse everywhere. Let's be real.
True.
At
True.
least we've got good parents out there who are doing their job and standing up at these meetings, dude.
Right, man.
If
I
we
can't
didn't have that, imagine where the fuck we'd be at right now.
imagine how bad it would be. I mean,
Terrible.
how bad it is now, and
It
imagine
is.
how much
It
bad.
is.
So I'm a full proponent, not because I believe in God, but I've always been a full proponent of homeschooling. I believe that there's people out there that the curriculum is made nowadays for homeschoolers. It's so easy to follow to teach, and it does teach these kids. Every person that I know that's been homeschooled is a 4.0 genius. Like, and I'm not even lying to you, dude. I know like 4 people, 2 of them being my pastor's sons, and his oldest is about to graduate college here in like a year and a half. He's a top tier baseball catcher, first team, straight A's, fucking, and he was homeschooled, and he goes to a public university now. So like it's crazy. Like it's insane. Some of these kids, and then some of them aren't homeschooled well, and they come out retarded. So like,
and hey, real quick, while we got some live viewers, we're gonna rotate. I believe we're gonna rotate live streams between our channels every other week. So next week we'll be on No Pause Network.
Yep.
So if you've not already subscribed to No Pause Network, go over there and hit subscribe, and we'll be over there next week. And I think that's what we're gonna do is rotate them. If that changes, we'll let you know though.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. Try to get a little bit of a crowd going, get some more people coming back, and then eventually we'll maybe get into getting a page or a channel for the podcast itself, and so it's always there and people can find it. But for now, I think it's fair if we just go back and forth, because both of our audiences will get exposure, and then hopefully the more we bounce back and forth, hopefully it'll go like this. You know what I mean? It'll go like this, and then it'll be solid, and we won't have to bounce anymore. So, but that's dreaming.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm still new at this whole thing. So, but yeah, if you haven't already, go like to Jay's page, No Pause Network. He does a lot of no pause reactions to a lot of good songs and a lot of shitty songs that he thinks is good. I'm just joking. And just joking. And some of them are really good, actually. A couple of them I just watched. The Tom McDonald ones were good. So so yeah, and then me, I'm Martin Speaks. I'm a totally different kind of YouTuber than Jay is. I am a grifter by trade. I like to go after the people that call people like me a grifter. So Tim Pool, Carlin Borisenko, let me think, Alex Stein, sometimes Ben Shapiro if he says something dumb. Everybody. I'm a conservative, but I'll go after everybody. It doesn't mean I don't like the people on the right. I'm judging you, whatever. I don't like the people on the left. So I'm a little bit rough on them, but the guys on the right are still gonna get smacked around. So go sub to me if you like drama and stupid shit. Sub to him if you like music and serious shit. And then sub to us both here and come watch the show if you like the yin and yang that we both bring, because I think it's like fire and ice. So
it's definitely something, that's for sure.
And if you're from Ohio, like the channel and the videos, because we're cool. Just want to put that out there. Ohio people, they hate on us. They don't know why. But yeah,
I like it here, man. I mean, I've lived in other states. So far, this is my favorite state. Yeah. Well, I was really young when I lived in Texas, so I can't count that. But as an adult, Ohio is my favorite state. Texas, baby.
That would be fun to go visit Texas.
It is a blast, dude. The women are skittlized. Oh, man, I love it so much. Dude.
Northern Texas, I would like to go to, because I hear on the border of what's that, Arizona, something like that. There's like really nice areas, I guess, like camping and all kinds of like wildlife hunting and all that, like up in that square part. That's like this or something, I guess. I don't fucking know. But we live in Ohio, dude, and we have everything here. You like cold weather? We have it here. You like summer? We have it here. You like hunting? We have it here. You like spring? We have it here. You like fall? We have it here. We have every season. We have everything here. The whole entire, like, the 4 seasons you learn in school and all that shit. Say like that, all of it. We have it here. So, and some of our towns suck. Like, I'm from Youngstown, and originally, and my town sucks. Cincinnati sucks. Most of our big cities suck. Cleveland sucks, not just because of my team, the Browns, but because
Dayton sucks.
Dayton sucks. But then there's really beautiful places. There's parts outside.
And I live in a small town. Like, I don't live in Dayton or even in, like, the suburbs of Dayton. I live about 45-minute drive outside of Dayton, out in the country.
Yeah, I live about 30 minutes outside Youngstown. So, yeah, I live in the country also.
It's beautiful, dude. It's fucking quiet, peaceful, slow.
If I was to go, right now I can go outside. I don't have any street lights around me. The only lights we have around us are the ones coming off our houses. And you look straight up and you see every star. You see everything. The blood moon, that night the blood moon came, I just sat on my porch and just smoked a bowl and watched it because it was perfect. right in front of me.
Beautiful.
Like, yeah, it was beautiful, dude. And it was cold shit though. But outside that, it was cool. But yeah, go sub to our channels. Ryan looks like he dropped the link to your channel in
Yep.
the
Thank you,
chat.
Ryan.
Uranium Penetrator said Alabama doesn't turn out rocket scientists, but we fix your Chevy. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
I drive a Ford, not because I want to. And then Ryan said Mansfield looks like Detroit. Yeah. Yeah, you do have that prison.
Oh, that's right. The Shawshank prison?
It's the prison, the most haunted prison in the world, or
But
whatever.
it's the one they filmed Shawshank Redemption in.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not 100% sure.
My friends went up there and they did the overnight tour and stuff.
Yeah,
and
so did
the
I.
room is in there where Brooks wrote Brooks is here. That room is in the prison there.
Oh,
and,
for real? Yeah, I didn't see it. I wasn't in that room. That's weird. I went too. I did it. It wasn't the complete overnight one where you stay until like 6 a.m. or whatever. But it was the one that was like a 4-hour one where you would go in at like 1 a.m. and come out. Maybe it was a 6 a.m. No, maybe it was the same thing. But I was real young, and we went, and that was when that's right when I stopped believing in ghosts, and I was like, everybody was freaking out. I'm just walking around my phone, like I was so bored. And every noise I heard, I would be that guy, be like, yeah, we're in an old ass metal building that's falling apart. What do you think that was?
Dude, you and I have to go ghost hunting together for real.
I would just talk shit the whole time.
Amazing shit. I know, and it would be so awesome, our dynamic, because I believe in like the supernatural, at least the supernatural.
Yeah, I believe in supernatural for sure. Demons, angels, all that.
I'm open-minded to evidence and proof of ghosts.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Like, you seem like you're totally not. So seems like a great dynamic for you and I to do some ghost hunting.
It just isn't real. There's never going to be proof.
That's why it would be so much fun.
It's just that there's never going to be proof. Like I said to you before, it's always in your brain. You always think about it before you go here. And this is real documented stuff you can look up. Like, why are scary movies scary?
Because you were expecting them to be scary, I would assume.
Exactly. If you have no idea what fucking Halloween was, no idea who Michael Myers was, anything, you'd watch that movie and yeah, you would jump scare because of the pops and stuff, but you wouldn't be as scared as somebody next to you, like freaking out because they know, oh, he's gonna come out through the door, because they already know that's what he does. Yeah, but you don't know, so you'll have your jump scares, but you won't actually be scared. You know what I mean? Right. Like where people go in there wanting to be scared watching those movies. It's all in the brain. Same thing with the Browns or any football team. Every week, tomorrow, I'm going to wake up like, yeah, we're going to fucking win. We're going to destroy them, blah, 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 blah. And by the third quarter, if we're not winning, that feeling gets flopped. And you're like, man, we suck, da, 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 da. It's because you're expecting. So when it comes to ghost hunting, you go in expecting to try to find something. You know what I mean? Now, I would believe ghosts were real if I wasn't doing anything at all. Right. And a real ghost, like the ones that people say are real, or a voice or something was clear and said something to me and there was no one around me, then yes, I would give you. But it's never happened. It's never been recorded. It's all been every ghost show that's been on TV has been sued by people watching it. Fun fact: all of them have been sued. Ghost hunters got sued the hardest, and because that's why their show's over. You ever notice that all these ghost hunting shows pop and then they drop?
They don't last long. That's for sure.
It's because they get sued. So like it's the only company that had ones that weren't getting sued were A&E. So like because it was their own on the thing when the show started. They claim that it may not be real, blah, blah. They put a disclaimer up, but it kind of kills the show because you kind of kill the vibe. You know what I mean? So it's it's true. And see, now Hillbilly just said something. Live between water 10 minutes with me. Yeah, Ohio's just like that, dude. We have rivers, we have waterfalls everywhere. So, I mean, for real, like down up by me, we have like Lake Erie and all the lakes, and it's beautiful. Niagara Falls is not far from me; it's like an hour or two, and then. Like maybe 3. And then, it would 3 to get to Cleveland. And if you took the boat on so maybe like 6, but 3 to get to Cleveland to get on your journey to get to the falls. So, we have rivers and shit everywhere. I have a lake right next to my house. Outside my window, there's a lake. So we have shit everywhere. And then, he also said, if you die and are judged to spend eternity in heaven or hell, how can ghosts exist? That's exactly right. You just said the second. Now you have a full dick. You have a full dick now.
And I'm open to finding evidence, like real, legit evidence. I'm open to that. Like if someone can present me with that, but like
I just don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Supernatural shit, dude. Though that 100% believe in that shit, dude.
Oh yeah, 100%. I believe in supernatural. Like so people think ghosts and aliens and shit. Like It's not. Supernatural is like a real thing, biblical. It's real. The devil's real. God's real. Angels are real. Demons are real. Sin is real. All that's real. So that's all supernatural. You know what I mean? Like the Holy Spirit that's in me. Hopefully, I think he is. I know he is. He's supernatural. I don't see him. None of that. I feel it when I'm doing something wrong, or if I yell. Great example. If I ever yell at my wife, like for real, if I ever snap, like just stop for a second, I just snap on her. Within 10 seconds, I feel horrible, and it's not because that's what good husbands do. I feel horrible because God just told me in my brain and in my heart, that's your wife that I gave you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? How dare you yell at my daughter? Like, and like, you instantly feel guilt. And as a husband, that's how it is. Like, if you're a Christian, she's also a Christian. You know, like, so she's way better than me at it. And she keeps me solid. She keeps me grounded. So like, there's a lot that people just don't get when it comes to certain things, and they have to find it on their own. But when it comes to supernatural stuff, 100% believe it. I 100% believe, like, when people say they have sleep paralysis and they can't move, I believe that if they're like living a really wicked, evil life, like a lot of people in these stories you'll see, like how I was a drug addict and I was binging one night and I was laying there and I couldn't sleep, and then I couldn't move, and there was a black figure standing in front of me, and that was a demon. That's what they do. Demons just like angels, they can manipulate energy so they can look and sound like anything they want. Every UFO you think you saw, probably a demon. Or a test thing from the U.S. government. We're starting to find out they got a lot of toys we didn't know about.
They do.
Because of Ukraine. So we have missiles now that look like UFOs. I just saw one the other day on the news.
Damn.
Yeah, they legit look like UFOs. They're like this, and they get the little bubble on top and everything.
Wow.
And so fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? Like, so there's just a lot. I do believe a lot of the alien speculation stuff is a lot to do with like military stuff and a lot of stuff that they would want you to believe. Like, do you think the Area 51 has anything in it?
I think it's very possible.
No, I guarantee it's not. I guarantee there's planes or something in there. It's so you believe there's something there. So you think you know where all the alien stuff is. They want you to think that way.
We're definitely going to have to get more into this in future.
It's just common
stuff because I'm in the group that thinks it is absolutely possible that we discovered some sort of either lost or somehow crashed here, some sort of advanced technology, and that's how we advanced so fucking fast from the 50s to now. It is unbelievable how fast our tech has advanced.
I think that you might misunderstand tech. Because a lot of the tech we have now,
I don't know that. I don't know how to work the app.
A lot of the tech we have now. Actually, I also did a paper about this in school. A lot of tech we have now, because I did a paper on how technology affects people's reactions to things. Like they used to, like if you saw something like 9/11, when 9/11 happened, we didn't have phones or social media really. Right. So we all see it on TV, and we all had that same feeling. You know what I mean? Where if you see something on your phone in the middle of the night, 10 minutes later, somebody else sees it on TV, you're going to take it different. You know what I mean? You're going to see it on your phone, be like, oh man, that's messed up, and then swipe. That's just what you're programmed to do now. We all are with our phones. Where somebody on the television might watch it and not change the channel because the remote's over on the other side of the room, and they just say fuck it and they keep watching. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot. It's human. I forget what they call it. Human analysis or some shit. But it's just if something like that happened, all the technology we have, most of the technology we have is just technology upgraded. So everything we have, from microwaves to TV signals to phone waves, all of that was all created before. Nikola Tesla did so much. He had wireless phone like waves in the air before a phone was even basically existed. Like a lot of Bell, they stole a lot of his technology because he went insane. You know what I mean? So they just snatched it up. Tesla lived a horrible life at the end of his life. Basically, was in a home. You know what I mean? Like all of his technology and his inventions were stolen, and we know that. The light bulb is a great example. So and I went to school. I went to a trade school after university, and for HVAC, and half of it was electronics. So I had to learn about him and Bell and all those people. So Graham, all of them. So it was it's crazy, but a lot of technology we do have doesn't make sense, and I agree with that. A lot of it's crazy, but the Germans, dude. The Germans during World War II had some of the most insanely smart scientists, which is who built our atomic bomb that we dropped on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Were German scientists. They weren't even American scientists. They were German.
Oppenheimer.
A couple of them. The Manhattan Project. So it's Fat Man and Little Girl or whatever the hell they were. Fat Man and Little Boy.
Yeah.
So so you know what I mean? It's just a lot. there's just a lot that people.
Yep.
I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of research on stuff, and sometimes I jump down rabbit holes and stuff, and I've become better at deciphering what's bullshit and what's not. So like, and I just use common sense and logic a lot. I stop not using it. If it doesn't make sense, then it's probably not real. Occam's razor tells you the most simplest answer is usually the right one, and it's true. If aliens were real, I'll believe the day they show up. You know what I mean? Like for real. I don't care if you found a crash, whatever. You can claim that all day. You can say that all day. Like, I can say I can steal somebody's bicycle from the skate park and say, oh, I found this shit. You know what I mean? Like it's the same idea in my head. It doesn't make sense. You know, you can't prove it. So like, it's
Very fair.
The day it happens, I'll believe. I'll give you that. I'll give you my word right now. The day it happens, I'll believe. And the day aliens show up I'll start questioning God too. That'd be the day I quit being a Christian. So like, and you can't. The Bible says you can't stop being a Christian. So you know what I mean? Like it's once you are, you are. So it doesn't mean that's a whole different subject. I don't believe in once saved, always saved. But the Bible says once you're a Christian in Jesus' hand, which means, you know, like it's metaphor, but you know what it means. It means you can't be taken away. You can mess up, you can sin, you can drift away, but you're always going to want to come back to God. I know that for a fact. In my life, I've done it. I'll drift. I haven't been to church 6 months, 8 months, and I'm starting to miss it. Like for real, I'm starting like, man, I need to be there with my family. Like it's my family. I didn't grow up with a good family, so like that's my family. My pastor's like my brother. You know what I mean? Like for real, we talk like we're boys. We're both Browns fans. Like,
Nice.
but he's super proper, bro. Wears a suit, you know, like. So it's you know what I mean. I'm a Calvinist, so like it's just it is what it is. So but it's I don't know. Now I miss it. Now I want to like watch a sermon or something. Like it's just it's a good feeling. It's a feeling that most Christians understand and most people don't. And the minute they do understand, it's like the best feeling in the world. It's the best high you can ever have.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm done ranting now. Sorry, coffee hit.
All good. All good.
But we're at an hour 36. Fuck me, and we still have 7 consecutive watchers.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Good. So if you guys like my ranting, and Jay's like total opposite of me, he's very calm and collected. It's very me. I'm like, wah! So like, you know, I'm like Donnie from the Wild Thornberries.
Oh man.
So like, yeah. But I think probably call it. I'm getting tired. I gotta eat.
Yeah.
So, and I'm getting all riled up. I'm all sweaty now because I'm all wearing. I feel like I'm outside. I'm not. My heat's on and shit. So, but yeah. But if you guys haven't already, like and subscribe to both of our channels. No Pause Network, Martin Speaks. Check my videos out for political making fun ofs and attacking grifters like Tim Pool, and check his video out for some of the same stuff, but a lot more music and reactions. He doesn't pause during his reactions, hence the name. And he lets you enjoy the song, and then you guys talk about it. So check out both of our channels. If you guys want anything to talk about, cheers, Penetrator. I love that name. Cheers,
Yeah.
bro. I just quit listening to Hillbilly. So yeah. So do all those things.
I know what he means about the Right Pat thing, because Right Pat is like 45 minutes from my house.
Straight from you. Yeah, I know. I heard the story too.
Yeah.
It was kind of irrelevant. So,
right.
I mean, it was and it wasn't. Nobody thinks it's actually Area 51. Like, no, it's too small of an Air Force base. Like, I mean, it's big, but it's like I'm right next to a military base myself. That's funny. You're right next to it. I am literally right next to one. Like, you'll hear planes sometimes in my videos.
Nice.
Transport planes, dude. The transport planes have been flying by a lot. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. And I've seen F-16s and F-22s in the sky training above my house. Listen, fun fact: an F-22 went over my house the other day. Our new Raptors, our new jets. It was like my whole entire house shook. Like,
damn.
It didn't shake like a bus going by or somebody's a system. You know what I mean?
Right.
The whole house, I'm talking foundation up, shook.
Wow.
It wasn't just like a. It was like because they were so low. I thought they were gonna break. My windows were going like this. They were hopping like in a system, like in a car. I was like, holy shit, do not break my windows. I was scared my entire house was going to blow up. And it's just because they were flying low and then stopping like this and pulling out. So it was like, and it was right above me. And there's no other houses or anything above me or around me. We're the only area with houses. So he just happened to air stop right over top of our neighborhood, and it just shook everything. It was insane. It was awesome though.
Hell yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, it's scary to think about what's coming. So we can talk about that next time.
Yeah.
But yep. I don't know what else to say. Hillbilly, you got a whole dick today, Hillbilly. You got a bag of dicks, but I took one away, so you got a whole dick. And then Brian, thanks for coming by. I don't know if you're still here. Thanks, bro. Ohio for life. Penetrator, you said cheers. I'm assuming you're from overseas because we don't say that here, so
Possibly Canada.
maybe.
Maybe.
Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Hello.
That's Australia.
Hello, mate. Hello, Poppet. You can either have a shrimp on the barbie or you can hello, Poppet.
But it could be Australia because it's probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon for them right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
So
and they do say cheers. They say mate though. They say mate.
Yes,
cheers, mate.
they do.
Cheers, mate. All right. Yeah, that's it. Nobody else. Still got 6 people watching. I don't know how. I'm just rambling. But that's it. I'm trying to go to 140 just to make it even. I have this thing with even numbers. So, but that's all, guys. I'm gonna go. He's gonna go. We're gonna do this again. And yeah, thanks for stopping by.